The Trade is brought to you by Vantage Markets, delivering one of Australia's most trusted and award-winning trading experiences. Explore smart trading at vantagemarkets.com.au.
Hello and welcome to The Trade. Well, US and Chinese economic officials have held talks in Stockholm aimed at resolving the trade war between the world's two largest economies and seeking to extend a truce by 3 months. With another 90-day extension of a tariff and export control truce likely, it would facilitate planning for a potential meeting between President Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping in late October. Meanwhile, in the wake of the trade deal President Trump has struck with the EU, Australia faces the prospect of 15 to 20% tariffs on exports to the US. The American leader saying we are going to be setting a tariff for essentially the rest of the world, and that's what you're going to pay if you want to do business with the US. Let's get into the technicals now, and Jonathan Takadina from MPC Markets joins me. Great to see you as always, Jonathan. So we're looking very closely here about silver and crypto silver, so Ethereum, if we call crypto gold Bitcoin. What are we seeing in terms of the store of value of trade and momentum here?
Yeah, so one of the things that we bang on about MPC Markets is that it's all about short fiat. So basically, the governments have sort of backed themselves in the corner, and the only way out that we can see is that they're going to have to print. And we saw that Elon tried to cut expenses, couldn't quite get it done, and Trump said, okay, we'll just pass the big, beautiful bill. So what's basically been happening is, and I've talked about gold recently, or previously, is that basically all of the store values are going to go up, and it's all about just finding which horse is running the fastest at the moment. And gold's took the early lead, but now silver's starting to play catch up. And what we've seen is that silver did break out above that $35 level, got all the way up nearly 40, and it's kind of still hanging around there at that $38 level. And we still think it's got plenty more to go. And what you've seen is that we've seen a bit of profit taking in the spot price in gold itself, seen some profit taking in the gold miners, and that's starting to rotate into some of the other stores of value. And that's why silver is the preferred play at the moment. And that's why I put up a chart of the ETP MAG, which is the Global X Physical Silver ETF. And that's a nice, easy way for pretty much every investor to get access to the spot silver price. So you don't have to open up a new account. Basically, it's just the ETF, and that's the code there, ETP MAG. That's the one to get on.
All right. What about the actual Ethereum ETF?
Yeah. So one thing that we've seen is that we've seen the Genius Act pass. I think it was the last weekend or the weekend previous, and what people have kind of underestimated is that Ethereum has been really lagging Bitcoin over the last few years. But just based on this and the amount of stable coins that they have to issue, people have to actually start holding more Ethereum. And that's actually been outperforming Bitcoin in the last maybe about a week or two since that act passed. And I actually think that it's going to play catch up to Bitcoin. So while there are other blockchains that can facilitate stable coins, Ethereum amongst the actual institutions is still the one to hold, and I think that's got more to go. Now, ASX investors, you don't have to actually go out and get a cold wallet or go to an exchange. Just go onto your normal brokerage account and type in EETH, and that's the ETF to buy if you want some exposure to Ethereum.
Okay, so there are a couple of ETFs. When you look at stock moves though, XYZ, so Block, it's got the driver's seat for the next payment system, you say. So this could be another way to play the thematic.
Yeah, exactly. So what Block have just released is that you can actually trade Bitcoin, use Bitcoin as payments via their Lightning network. That network has actually been in place for about a year now, but they've just recently released it to merchants. So now merchants can actually receive and send Bitcoin on very, very low cost on the Lightning Network. Now, the thing is, Block is actually facilitating that network, and they also have just been included into the S&P 500. So that inclusion was last week, and that's why we saw the jump. But the thing is, fundamentally, they are the driver's seat for the next sort of payment system. So if we're going to see more stablecoin issuance, more Bitcoin being used for actual transaction, Block is the way to play it. And just being included on the S&P means that it is now part of the bluest of the blue chips, and it is the way to actually get exposure to this, so that crypto payments world.
The bluest of the blue chips. I love it, Jonathan. Thank you, as always, Jonathan Takadina from MPC Markets. That does it for this edition of The Trade. Be sure to join us next time.
The Trade was brought to you by Vantage Markets, delivering one of Australia's most trusted and award-winning trading experiences. Explore smart trading at vantagemarkets.com.au.